Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? I know it's a little bit early in the morning, so I'm not screaming at the top of my lungs or anything, but the information for Gogeta, along with 2 other EZAs, has been announced, so let's go ahead and talk about it. The INT Gogeta unit, I think it's pretty much what people expected, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a realistic EZA. A lot of people, I think, had kind of an assumption of what to go about it, so let's break it down. Leader skill will be Super INT type, Ki plus 3 HP attack and defense, increase of 130%, and then Extreme Intelligence type, get Ki plus 3 HP attack and defense, increase of 90%. That's pretty much the standardized template for some of the other EZAs, so that was a little bit predictable, but the passive skill is quite nice. The effectively attack against all types, and then attack and defense increase of 120%. And if you obtained at least 1 rainbow key sphere, medium chance to evade enemies' attack, and then by obtaining 2 or more rainbow spheres, an additional attack increase of 40%. And then if you're able to obtain at least 3 rainbow keys, high chance to activate criticals. So it'll be interesting in terms of my setup, because I do have level 12 additional attack and level 14 toward evasion. How that's going to work out if I need to rearrange some of the settings with that. If anything, with the skill orbs, I'll probably end up extending out the additional attack abilities and just kind of get it as high of a level as I can. So, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. Rainbow key spheres, at least 3 to get the high chance of getting criticals. That's not too bad. But it is a little bit limited, so I might, reshift things a little bit. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But in terms of the super attack at level, 14 plus, you're looking at raises defense for 1 turn, and then along with causing immense damage, also reduces attack and defense. So it didn't change from, reducing attack and defense to greatly lowering attack and defense, but I think all the skill sets, within the passive skill and whatnot will make up for it. It'll be a very interesting unit to test out, that's for sure. All right, let's move on to the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku. This one's been in dire need. I mean, it wasn't a bad unit to begin with, but an EZA was definitely kind of needed for this unit. So leader skills upgraded to all types, Ki plus 3 HP attack and defense, increase of 80%. Not a terrible option for battlefield settings as a secondary leader. In terms of passive skill, upon activating a super attack and defense, increase 100%. And then if the allies on the rotation are all Realm of Gods category units, additional attack and defense increase of 59%. It also allows for allies critical hit chance to increase by 7% and attack increase of 20%. So this guy's getting a pretty decent boost overall to himself, but also providing, ally support. So this will be very interesting to check out as well. And then for the super attack with the EZA, for 1 turn, attack and defense, will go up, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then causes supreme damage. So definitely a very solid option in that regard. And then finally, the TEQ one. This one is definitely desperately needed of an EZA. Honestly, this guy's only used in recent times as pretty much the nuke lead, and that's pretty much it. But in terms of like the upgraded stats for the leader skill, agility types for every, or not agility, but for every TEQ type, and for every TEQ key sphere obtained, 35% increase toward attack. And then the passive skill will be converts rainbow type key into TEQ type key, and then attack and defense increase of 100%. And then if you have all TEQ types on the rotation, additional attack and defense increase of 59%, and allies critical hit chance will go up by 7%. So this is pretty much meant more or less for the super battle row settings and whatnot, just based on how the skill sets are set up. And then for the super attack, for 1 turn, raises attack and defense, and then causes supreme damage. So similar to the AGL counterpart, a little bit of a combination of skill sets with that. But this guy should be pretty good. 100% base stats increase for attack and defense, and then given the right rotations, you'll get an additional 59% toward attack and defense, and along with that, 7% increase toward critical hits based on fulfilling the criteria of having TEQ type allies on the rotation. That's not too bad. This will be good for a Realm of God situation because a lot of the benefits from the secondary passive will be from that restriction of having allies on the rotation. And then for INT Gogeta, it's pretty much kind of a standard approach where it's more individualistic, where you focus on the obtaining of rainbow key spheres to maximize this unit's potential. But you got a lot of different good skill sets built in. I mean, attack and defense increases 120%. That's good as a base increase, and then effectively attack against all types. Obviously based on obtaining 1 to 3 rainbow key spheres, your parameters will change a little bit, but you've got stuff like medium chance to evade enemy attacks just by collecting 1 rainbow key sphere, and then by collecting 2, or at least 2, you'll get attack increase of 40% additionally. And then by obtaining 3 or more, you'll have that high chance to activate critical. So a lot of built-in, skill sets with it. And I think, obtaining 3 or more key spheres, rainbow type, shouldn't be overly restricted. You should be able to realistically obtain that. So I don't think it'll be too bad, but it'll be interesting to test it out, especially on extreme super battle road and very, very difficult settings like that. So hopefully you did find this helpful. I know it's relatively a short, summarized video, but hopefully you found it helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.